Welcome to Mindful Minerva. Have you ever experienced the weight of your own emotions dragging you down into a never-ending spiral of negativity, leaving you feeling trapped and helpless? If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. We will decode the mysteries surrounding emotional self-harm and provide tangible examples, and recount a deeply moving personal story to help you better grasp this intricate issue. And please remember to subscribe to the channel. Emotional self-harm is a concept that deserves a more extensive discussion. It's essential to grasp the intricacies of this issue, as it plays a pivotal role in understanding the profound impact it has on individuals' lives. Unlike physical self-harm, where wounds are visible and tangible, emotional self-harm delves into the realm of one's inner world, focusing on the intentional infliction of emotional pain. This internal struggle can manifest in various forms, including self-destructive thoughts and habits. These often subtle but potent self-inflicted wounds cut deep, affecting an individual's self-esteem and overall quality of life. One of the most prevalent manifestations of emotional self-harm is negative self-talk. This internal dialogue often takes the form of an individual consistently criticizing themselves, asserting that they are not good enough or deserving of love and happiness. It's akin to a continuous internal barrage of self-deprecation, creating a dense cloud of self-doubt and feelings of unworthiness. These toxic thoughts become a heavy burden to bear, leading to persistent guilt and anxiety that can feel overwhelming and insurmountable. Take the following as an example. Sarah, a talented artist wrestling with emotional self-harm. Sarah's journey highlights the silent but potent damage inflicted by negative self-talk. Despite her remarkable accomplishments, Sarah is trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, forever telling herself that her work isn't up to par. Her own inner critique hinders her creative potential, stalling her growth and perpetuating a state of emotional turmoil. The invisible scars from emotional self-harm may not be evident to the outside world, but their impact is profound and long-lasting, as evidenced by Sarah's story. Emotional self-harm often takes refuge in unhealthy coping mechanisms that offer the illusion of temporary relief. These mechanisms become a crutch, a means to escape from the overwhelming emotional pain, even if just for a fleeting moment. For some, it might manifest in substance abuse such as alcohol or drugs. These substances provide a numbing effect that momentarily drowns out the inner turmoil. Similarly, compulsive behaviors like excessive online shopping can serve as a temporary distraction. It's crucial to understand that while these escapes offer a brief interlude, they can eventually intensify the emotional agony. The escape trap is cunning. It creates an illusion of control and relief, luring individuals deeper into the emotional quagmire. Take, for example, John, a professional who felt weighed down by the demands of his job and personal life. To escape his emotional pain, he turned to alcohol as a soothing balm. Initially, it seemed to provide the comfort and relief he desperately sought. However, as time went on, his drinking escalated, and he found himself stuck in a vicious cycle where he would drink to escape only to wake up with a throbbing hangover and deeper emotional distress. The escape he initially sought had transformed into its own prison, intensifying his emotional self-harm. The escape trap often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, creating a dangerous cycle of avoidance that can lead to further pain and exacerbate the emotional self-harm. Recognizing this cycle is a vital step toward breaking free and finding healthier ways to cope with emotional pain. Jake's story is a poignant illustration of the power of emotional self-harm and the transformative journey to recovery. Born into a tumultuous family environment, Jake's formative years were marred by constant turmoil and instability. As he transitioned into adulthood, he found solace in alcohol, using it as a means to numb the emotional pain and chaos that had defined his early years. For a time, alcohol seemed like his lifeline, offering temporary relief from the emotional turmoil that had plagued him for so long. As the years passed, Jake's relationship with alcohol evolved into a destructive cycle. He relied on it as a crutch to escape from his past and the emotional scars it had left behind. Each drink provided temporary reprieve, but it also deepened his dependence on the very substance that was causing his emotional pain. Jake hit rock bottom, a place where his emotional self-harm had taken him to the brink of despair. It was in this moment of reckoning that Jake began his journey to confront the emotional self-harm that had kept him captive. With the support of therapy and a network of understanding friends and family, he went on a path of self-discovery and healing. Jake's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, demonstrating that even in the darkest of times, there is hope for recovery and transformation. The cycle of emotional self-harm is a complex and often insidious pattern that ensnares individuals, making it incredibly challenging to break free. This self-perpetuating cycle begins with the initial emotional pain or negative self-talk. The individual, in their quest to find relief or distraction from this emotional torment, turns to abnormal coping mechanisms, such as self-destructive behaviors or substance abuse. These behaviors offer a temporary escape and a momentary sense of control, which can be seductive. The insidious nature of this cycle lies in the fact that while these coping mechanisms may provide brief pause, they ultimately lead to even more emotional pain. For instance, the individual who resorts to excessive online shopping as a way to escape their emotional turmoil may initially find a fleeting sense of satisfaction. However, the financial strain and accumulating debt that follows only intensify their emotional distress. This vicious cycle exacerbates the emotional self-harm, creating a profound sense of hopelessness. Breaking free from the cycle of this requires a deep understanding of one's triggers and the development of healthier coping mechanisms. It demands self-compassion and often the support of a supportive network of friends and family. Emotional self-harm is a challenging adversary, but it's important to recognize that healing is possible and support is available. One key avenue for recovery is therapy. Therapists, whether they are clinical psychologists, counselors, or social workers, can provide a safe and non-judgmental space for individuals to explore the roots of their emotional self-harm and work on building self-esteem and self-compassion. Cognitive behavioral therapy and dialectical behavior therapy are among some of the approaches commonly used to address emotional self-harm. These therapies offer tools to challenge negative self-talk and modify self-destructive behaviors and cultivate emotional resilience. Also, mindfulness practices have shown remarkable efficacy in helping individuals break free from the cycle of emotional self-harm. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment, observing thoughts and emotions without judgment. It provides a powerful tool for managing emotional pain and reducing the urge to escape it through self-destructive behaviors. Techniques like meditation, deep breathing, and grounding exercises can be integrated into daily routines to foster emotional regulation and enhance self-awareness. Another invaluable source of support is building a network of friends and family who can provide guidance and encouragement. Sharing one's struggles with trusted individuals can be a significant step toward healing. This support system can help individuals feel less isolated and more understood, fostering a sense of belonging and acceptance. It's important to remember that recovery from emotional self-harm is a journey, and having a support network can make the path smoother and less daunting. Overall, it's crucial to recognize that there is hope, and that individuals can regain control over their emotional well-being and create a life free from the grip of emotional self-harm. In closing, our discussion today on emotional self-harm has allowed us to peer into the often hidden depths of human suffering. It is a challenging journey both for those who experience it and those who seek to understand it. But above all, it is a journey of hope and transformation. It is always important to remember that you're not alone in this, and there is a path to recovery. Thank you for watching. If you found this topic enlightening, or if it resonated with your own experiences, or those of someone you know, we encourage you to leave a comment below. Sharing your thoughts and stories can help others who may be seeking understanding and support. Additionally, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay connected with our community. By doing so, you'll join us on a continued journey of self-discovery and growth, making this channel a place where we can learn and come together.